age 40, you know what?
So I've just found out that women can have
Favorite time of the night we're doing our skin.
I'm gonna show you exactly what.
Let's pay the bills that have been sitting.
Closing's easy, dude. You want me to?
How do you edit a talking head video?
Here is one tip to achieve a plump.
How many books have you written?
Your followers on TikTok don't.
I procrastinate like a motherfucker, man.
Mommy at the club.
You will only sell because you don't know how to market, and you only.
I want you to create your first viral video.
If you wake up and every day you obsess over something.
Ooh-wee. I don't think you guys are ready for this.
If you wake up and every day you obsess over something and you live and breathe it, and that's what you think about, that's what you do, that's what you study on and off, that's what you stay up every night grinding, and no one else even gives a flying about it, it's like, you just feel like a weirdo. We agreed not to drink, we didn't.
I borrow money, guess what? Do I pay taxes on debt?
I guess no.
Want to know a crazy thing about people though? If you work for someone else and they tell you to be somewhere at 9 a.m., you will be there at 9 a.m. When they tell you what to do, you will do it. But when you tell yourself you're going to start working out tomorrow, you don't. When you tell yourself that you're going to start that business.
Again, you have to be logical. You know, if I know that in this hotel room they have food every day, and I'm knocking on the door every day to eat, and they open the door, let me see the party, let me see like them throwing salami all over just like throwing food around, but they're telling me there's no food in here. You know what I'm saying? Every day, I'm standing outside trying to sing my way in. You know what I'm saying? We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. After about a week, that song is gonna change to we hungry, we need some food. After 2-3 weeks, it's like, you know, give me all the food, breaking down the door. After a year, you just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking the lock, coming through the door blasting. You know what I'm saying? It's like you hungry, you reach your level, you don't want any more. We asked 10 years ago. We was asking with the Panthers. We was asking with them, you know, with civil rights movement.
Was asking, you know.
Now those people that were
asking are dead and in jail. So now, what do you think we gonna do? Tantalus, another king, like Sisyphus, another fallen king. Tantalus was loved by many of the gods. In fact, they would invite him over to dinner with them on Mount Olympus, like all the time. Real fun guy, a real crowd pleaser. But he constantly felt unappreciated. He was Cousin Greg in Succession.
Cousin Craig.
Craig. It's Greg. No?
Yeah. Greg. I'll answer to both.
It's Greg. He felt like he deserved more, so one evening, while having dinner with the gods, Tantalus gets itchy, decides to steal some ambrosia and nectar, godly food and godly drink. He steals it and takes it back to his mortal friends like, yo, party people, look what I got. That fresh ambrosia and nectar. Get it while it's hot. But that's not enough. No, he can't stop there. He's greedy. Homeboy then proceeds to steal one of Zeus's favorite pets, a golden dog.
Yo, did you not think I wouldn't notice my golden dog gone missing?
Anyway, here's this king who has everything he needs and everything is good with him, and then he goes and commits all these crimes against the gods. And why wasn't what he had enough? And so Zeus does what he does best and punishes him to an eternity of lack and desperation. You,
fallen king,
who wanted so badly to be like us, to be like the gods, to be more than what you are now. You live in a pool of cool, refreshing water, thirsty as hell, but if you want to take a drink of that water, it will vanish, leaving you forever thirsty, hungry, wildly hungry.
With this yummy fruit tree nearby, look at those branches heavy with delicious fruit, but that fruit isn't close enough, is it? Infuriatingly close, just out of grasp, forever starving.
What was Tantalus supposed to do?
I gave it all for fantasy.
The gods rubbed their success, wealth, and lavish amber nectar golden dog lifestyle in his face.
Fantasy.
And when he tries to get a piece of that life, this is what he gets. And if I were Zeus and someone really upset me, I would tantalize them with a lifetime of seeing the posting, selling, and bragging of everyone else. I would make them feel like the things on their tiny screens plastered to their tiny little baby hands mattered. I would steal time from them endlessly. And they wouldn't even know it. Relationships would crumble. because there would always be the illusion of someone prettier, smarter, funnier, more flexible, better teeth, better skin, richer, more yoked, more spiritual, more healed, more diverse, more woke. The way their brand new Tesla slides down the street while my Prius is praying for another day. Oh, and they compost while making their own kombucha while conducting a moon ceremony in Bali. All of that is just a click and a swipe away.
I gave it all for fantasy.
And now we use the word
tantalizing
to describe something that is desired but remains out of reach. Desired because I'm aware of its existence, aware that someone holds it, out of reach because it isn't yet mine to have. Will it ever be mine? Tantalizing are the days when I could fall asleep anywhere. Ooh, I'm telling you, y'all remember that? How as kids you could just pass out and wake up the next morning and suddenly you were home. I slept through family parties with 40 of my cousins blaring social music. Oye, wepa, ¿cómo está, papi? I slept as my parents bachata to the car. They salsa'd me out of the car. They cumbia'd me into bed. I slept through all of it. Now, a car drives by, I'm up. A leaf drops, I'm up. I want to rest like I did as a child. Rest without control. Rest knowing, papi, todo bien. It's all okay. Descansa. Rest. Before the world said do more, be more, make more, have more. Before the pit in my stomach, before grasping in desperation, before I wasn't allowed to be carefree, before I plugged in and had to survive, before hustle, envy, social media, rest. Free giving a fuck what anybody else is thinking or doing, rest. No matter where I close my eyes, I'll make it home. Descansa. Rest. I'm supported and I'm okay. Rest. 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 In my childhood home, above my bed was my first vision board. I didn't even know it was a vision board, and every day I woke up and I saw what I wanted to become. And from the 30,000-foot view, according to childhood me, so many of my goals, aspirations, and dreams have come true. I have crossed off so many things off the to-do list, and yet more always seem to pile up. The pit inside me of more remains. Yeah, I too feel like Cousin Greg sometimes.
Cousin Craig.
Craig. It's Greg. No?
Yeah. Greg. I'll answer to both.
It's still Greg. Doing anything to get a piece of the pie that has been tantalizing me my whole life. Tantalized by so much shiny shit associated with the American dream. Upward mobility, capitalism, making it. I have gone after these tantalizing things and I feel like they have done nothing but keep me tired. I look at my mentors, friends, all these people in my life that I look up to, a career I look up to, a savings account I look up to, a brownstone in the city I look up to, a loft in Soho, property, owning things, a resume creating I look up to, the financial freedom to pay for their child's education I look up to. And yet they too wake up every day unrested. They wake up every day tired, tantalized by what they do not yet have. I mean, even though they have so much, they wake up thinking they were overlooked, thinking, when am I going to get my shot? When am I going to get my shot? Seeing somebody else who got something else they didn't get, I look up to them, but I do not look up to that. When am I going to? And yet, I feel closest to that. There is this persistent and nagging story in me. I can't seem to shake it. It says, I'm not trying to get by. I'm trying to get free. I'm not trying to get by. I'm trying to get free. It says I'm somebody's American dream, people who rely on me, a dream that sells freedom wrapped up in shiny words like making it and success. It says stay up, hustle, the early bird gets the worm. God, what if I don't like worms? Sleep when I'm dead, what if I like sleep now? I'm not trying to get by. I'm trying to get free. I'm trying for check to check. I'm trying to get free, to get free. I'm trying to get free, to get free, get free. I'm trying to get free, to get free. Am I not free right now? To get free, to get free, get right here. Trying to get free, get right here. Trying free, 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 to get free. Raise your hand if you want to be free. Raise your hand if you are free. Raise your hand if you are craving more moments that are soft. Raise your hand if you are craving moments that aren't harsh on our beautiful bodies or souls. Moments that are gentle. Moments where we can exhale as deeply as we breathe. Breathe. Moments that meet us with care. Moments easy like Sunday morning. Raise your hand if you want more rest. That's a lot of hands.
How much better can I show my love for you than say I do, I do, I do.
I used to date an addict. A functioning one, but an addict. She would always tell me,
I do, I do, I do.
Chris, if you took in what was really happening, you'd see life as a monkey on your back. You ride around in your car. You do all the shit you think you're supposed to do. You dance when they say dance. Run, jump, try. And the people you love die. You sacrifice people for your incompleteness. You don't feel safe. You've been fooling yourself all your life thinking there was a next thing to do to keep the show going. And then one day you decide, oh shit, I don't have to play their game anymore. You get off the track and it feels good. Better than good. And better than half them suckers out there trying so fucking hard, convincing themselves they're happy, convincing themselves of everything but what's really going on. Meanwhile, God is whispering, fuck. God is yelling.
Surrender. Surrender to what's here. Don't hang around in the race that was never intended for you. No race. Just this.
Just this. Just this. Just this. Why not let yourself be free?
Why not let myself be free? Well, I mean, I want to be free, but...
I don't think anybody here is going to like what's about to come out of my mouth.
And this is exactly what I hear when I try to get free.
I don't think anybody here is going to like what's about to come out of my mouth.
Executives and higher-ups say this right before they say...
The data is undeniable.
Undeniable, as if they're doing me a favor, as if they've never seen a movie with a white lady with an umbrella who knew.
Spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
It really does. Then again, their news might not be medicine.
Helps the medicine go down.
Yeah, the people who handle money are often not in the business of handing out medicine.
Hustle harder.
Yeah, I don't want to hustle harder.
Do more.
Yeah, I don't want to do more.
View counts in the thousands.
Ew, gross. In the thousands? How dare you? Me, the artist, and my art baby aren't performing as they would like.
If you just serve the viewer...
Serve the viewer. Forget about yourself, Chris.
You've already lost me.
Yeah, we need more.
Grew 1 million subscribers in 1 month.
In 1 month?
Millions of followers.
Millions.
I've just hit 1 million followers on TikTok.
A million. The market, every market is saturated and they want me to be the savior.
That is what social media is for.
When my art isn't viral enough.
Because if you want to go viral...
They tell me to work harder.
Try harder.
Yeah, make more.
Try harder.
Do more.
Harder.
Be more.
Harder.
Not only did I make, nurture, and birth this art baby, now I have to sell you my child too?
Go home tomorrow and post somewhere between 8 and 15 pieces of content on LinkedIn, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, Instagram, Snap, TikTok, and I want you to do it every day.
Every day? Every day? 8 to 15 pieces of content every day. Every day. Is this why Spotify CEO Daniel Ek said that artists need to work
harder? You can't record music once every 3 to 4 years and think that's going to be enough. And the artists that are making it realize that it's about creating a continuous engagement, keeping a continuous dialogue with your fans.
Continuous engagement. Continuous. And continuous dialogue. Continuous. Every day. Continuous. I take it that Daniel Ek has never made anything artistic in his life. Now, he might understand the Bugs Bunny mathematics of paying an artist less than a penny per stream.
3 for you and 1, 2, 3 for me.
But he don't know art. Most CEOs and C-suite execs don't understand the amount of time and energy and spirit it takes to actually cultivate anything truly artistic. People who can never be pleased, who can never be satisfied, because their job is to look for what is next. Always what is next, what is next, what is next, what is next. They are deacons of the church of consumerism. Consumerism is the true religion of America.
Along with the coin came the paper bill, backed by a government's name. They both cashed good like good cash should, but man yelled just the same. We need money.
Chris, don't rest, do more.
If you're not filming your videos,
yeah, produce product.
Here are 3 ways to do this.
Yeah, but what about...
So what's your fucking excuse?
No one cares who you are until they know you have value. Media is all that's left.
Get your ass up and lay some more. All that we need is more.
More isn't what we need, is it? I want to do less and hopefully there will be more. Yeah, things aren't being created but mass produced. It's fast fashion, trendy and cheap, but also not meant to last. It's product, it's lies, it's oppressive, dangerous, desperately trying to fit some sort of algorithm. If I only make something according to this algorithm, only to be seen because it worked for others, then there's a cap on my thinking. I mean, why am I making it in the first place? Who's it for? What does it cost me when I share just to say, look at me? Look at me. Look at me. Was I bored, anxious? Do I need someone to know I'm still here? Am I afraid of being forgotten?
Look at me.
Look at me. I know I'm not the only one here with anxiety-filled days and stressful nights. Is it a coincidence that society rhymes with anxiety? Society, anxiety, anxiety, society, society. More productivity, more busyness, more. Taking more from my physical and mental health than any check can ever give me in return. More. It's like the Red Queen in Alice in Wonderland. She runs incredibly fast, but she never seems to get anywhere. She tells Alice, in my country, it takes all the running you can do to keep in the same place. I feel like an employee who walks into his boss's office and asks for a raise. The boss says, I can't raise your salary, but if you want to earn more money, all you need to do is work more hours. Don't go home, don't sleep, don't go to brunch, don't go see your mom on the weekends, miss the funeral and the birthday party. Stay here, deliver product, more. The French believed that a dream was a place where a wish and a fear came together, and when the wish and the fear are exactly the same place, that dream is a nightmare. I wish to be content. Isn't it wild that content and to be content are the exact same spelling? Yes, to even think about being content reminds you that you are most certainly content.
Month's worth of content. Create content.
Content creator.
Content. Create content. Content creator.
Caught in the web of more. Capitalism says that matter and product is all that exists, that everything is made of it and nothing exists outside of it. But we know that this isn't true. Because, according to physics, at everything's core, there's actually nothing. Even objects as solid as rocks, as solid as you and me, have nothing substantial at our core. And so here I am sweating for something that is empty at its core. And when it finally comes, I don't even know how to enjoy it because I'm on to the next. What's the point of it all if I can't enjoy it?
I'm not disappointed.
Imagine the art one could make if money was never a concern.
I'm disappointed that I actually gave a shit.
Imagine the medicinal and powerful statements we could make if art was free of its need to be liked and shared. How about just making things and sharing them for the beauty of sharing? This is the vital function of the imagination. We can create worlds and inhabit them and invite people into them, and that inviting in is such an important part. The deepest human need is not for another piece of viral content, I'm sorry to break it to you, but rather spirituality, connection, transcendence of everyday self and experience. This is what we're trying to do here. Initiate a conversation between ourselves and the people who are engaging with our spirits. This kind of collaboration, this reaching out and making connection is a part of the magic, part of the enchantment to be able to share this. Our job as artists is to bring you the unavoidable truths of this situation. Even in intense suffering, there can be dignity and beauty. Even in the face of destruction and persecution, there can be hope. And that's what the Greeks did. It's not about good messages, it's about truth. They told us,
your world is about to fall apart. It's about to collapse. Save it now, before it's too late.
Art is at the heart of what it is to be human, what it means to be in our time, what it means to be a part of civilization. Art will be a part of the future, and it will help shape whatever future that will be. I now choose to rest and remember that it's not the things I make, own, or share that determine who I am.
This time around, I trust myself.
I simply am.
Please everybody else but myself.
I exist regardless of whatever thing I'm showing or sharing. I exist.
All those feels I was myself.
Regardless of how many folks see it.
Outdone fear, outdone myself.
I exist. My worth is high.
This time around, I trust myself.
So is yours.
Please everybody else but myself.
Bigger than numbers, awards, dollars, press.
All those feels I was myself.
Far more divine and grander.
Outdone fear, outdone myself.
The true measure of success is a calm nervous system. Going to bed and waking up in peace. Instead of, have I worked hard enough to deserve rest, I now ask, have I rested enough to do my most loving and meaningful work? It's said that yogis created asanas, the physical practice we currently refer to as yoga in our Lululemon heated candlelit filled studios, in order to rest. Yet thousands of years of meditating and yogis decided that we should exhaust the body in order to rest, in order to finally fall into place. This exhaustion is necessary for the rest, allowing me to rest. I'm ready to rest. Rest. Like the cats on the highway who drive a steady 38 and are just chilling, cool as hell. No rush in them whatsoever. No need to flex on someone, just chilling. Lately they are my gurus. If I can't ever be where I am, I will never truly arrive. So, I might as well rest. Question. What do you think Abraham Lincoln's wife thought of the play that night? Oh, you know, the night. When it was all said and done, when the body was buried and she got over her grieving, or she grieved less, when she looked back on that day, was the play any good? Was she enjoying herself? How was the writing, the acting? Days later, how many people from the audience were left wondering, but fuck, how does it end though? I wonder. We'll see you in Act 3. Don't forget your cell phones.